Hi, YouTube. Welcome on through. Hey, we have a lot of wonderful people here for the finale. We have the incredible Lucius. We have 1,001 other individuals in here from the mods towards everyone that's been a part of this journey. And honestly, I hope that this just stays as a staple 100, 1,000 years in the future. I don't know who you are, but if you're watching this as a case study in the future as to like pivotal moments that we're starting to shift psychology in the course of actually taking media seriously for analysis and for work and whatnot. Hi, I hope you're doing well in your studies. I hope you're practicing that self-care. With that though, guys, I'm so fucking hyped. It is the finale of Mushoku Tensei. I am like happy, sad, excited, but not. I don't know how to explain it. It's a whirlwind of emotions. Like for me, I think each and every single day that I get to come on here and do this, fucking love the series for how realistic it is. I love the characters for the way that they treat one another and so on and so forth. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, grab a drink, grab a snack, sit back, relax. We're gonna go as deep as we can and analyze everything that we can. With that being said, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Oof. Geese! Geese! What a thing to fucking say! What a thing to fucking say! Jesus, bro. What the fuck? Here's my key aspect through all of this, right? Number one, they're walking around, and I'm sure that, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. If you're light novel readers, is there dialogue happening in this, right? Also, Dilla's the armadillo, right? That's back there, because you guys keep saying it. But also, I guess comes into question, shouldn't he be extremely fucking cold by this weather? But past that, my main concept comes into, I wonder what the conversational elements are on their journey so far, right? In going through the sand, in trying to come up here, because there's probably a lot of, subcontext that is probably missing, right? And it might just mean internally, right? It might literally just be internally, and I know it might be a fucking Pepega take, right? Because of course, the best bet, because of course, the light novel is probably going to have more shit, right? More aspects of conversations and whatnot. But imagine being in Rudius's shoes for a moment here. I'm like, chat, I want you to take my last name, right? And all of a sudden, I'm going back to my wife. It's a long journey. It's a month of walking or a couple weeks of walking. And I got to come up with the plan. And I'm like, fuck, all these cognitive distortions that I have are running rampant. What does that do to a person? I'm going to ask that legitimately. What would that do to you? Would you be okay in that environment? Would you be okay? Would you have would you resolve your steel to do what you got to do? Or would you be stressed the fuck out? I'll be honest with you. I can take a lot of different forms of stress and whatnot, but I would psych myself out. I would straight up make myself more anxious than what I would be, right? My anxiety would fucking spike. My thought patterns as to what is okay, not okay would fucking spike. All of a sudden, I'm just like, hey, how do I even approach this? Literally cold feet here. But even past that, what if you come back home, right? You're walking back home. You have the beautiful Roxy by your side and everyone else around you. And the house is empty. And Norn and Aisha are just there. But Sylphie's gone. Sorry. You see, this is my cognitive distortion. Just fucking going wild, brother. This is my cognitive distortion. Just fucking going wild, brother. This is my fucking anxiety talking, brother. You will regret it. That's my fucking cognitive distortion. Just if I was in Rudius's shoes and I'm like, okay, what if I come home and I just see my sisters huddled up and saying oh no, word came back and Sylphie's gone and I'd lose my shit, dude. I would fucking lose my shit. Or even coming home and finding out that one of your sisters may have passed away. Oh no, man, God was right. But that's why I'm highlighting this, right? It's it's so important to put yourself, whenever you empathize with characters, right? Try to put yourself in their shoes, right? Gain from your experiences and put yourself in their shoes. What would that look like for you if you were in their journey, right?
なんだ、そんなに奥さんに会いたいかね。
Oh,
なんでもっと早く気づかなかったんだ。
君はベガリット大陸に行けば後悔する。
確かにパウロは死んだ。だがそれは後悔ではなく悲しみだ。
ベガリット大陸に行って帰ってくる。その間君は自分の奥さんを一人にするの。
okay, man god. The entire time I've been fucking mentioning this and you guys have been gaslighting the fuck out of me. I don't trust his ass. I never will. No matter what. People are always saying, oh, he was speaking in truth. He might be. However, that doesn't necessarily excuse him from being manipulative. Do I think he'd go this far right now? Probably. But I think he's a 5-head or a 6-head player. Like, he's the type of individual that likes to play with his food, right? I don't think that he's the type of individual that's going to be like, you know, like, let me hurt you all at once. Like, no. My guy is definitely more of the type of individual that is going to let things simmer and hurt you and try and teach you a lesson and use you as a way of just reflectionary methods, right? The reason why I say that is let's look at the interactions that he's had with Rudius. Let's look at the way that he interacts with Rudius and the way that he talks to him and the way that he, like, it's a weird power dynamic difference, right? It's far too prepared for brooding on stream. I wish. The main element I'm trying to bring up is how many of you trust him? Mods, run a quick poll. Because my thing is this. Do I think that he would go so far as to hurt Rudy right now after he's already hurt him? After Paul's death? I don't know. Do I think he might have bigger plans in the future? Probably. Do I think it's going to be like a simmering fucking poison that we might be drinking man god's juices and we might think that we're safe and sound, and once we realize that we're actually poisoned up, it might be too late? Yeah. Straight up. Straight up. What do you mean, hey, yo? Wording. Wait, drinking man god's poison. Did I say juices? I'm reflecting back. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what the fuck did I just say? I said juices, didn't I? No, his poison. His face. That's not far, Ed. But that's the main regard that I'm trying to go ahead and highlight throughout all of this show, right? Is he did give this stark warning, and even through that comes in my other aspect. Okay, hold on. False equivalents. Manipulators love to do this. False equivalents are essentially the illusion of choice, right? Or malchoicing to go ahead and, you know, give you a substitute item for whatever is there, right? When it comes to a situation like this, something that pops into my mind almost fucking immediately is this. What did he say for him to say that he'd be able to go ahead and do, chat? I'm not sure if it was in the episode or chat. Go with the Beast Girls. Correct. So, chat, Beast Girls or Roxy? What kind of a question? I am a part of the Roxy Church of Roxyism. I am a part of the Church of Roxyism, and I don't give a fuck, right? I love Roxy. I think Roxy's fucking amazing. I think chat has spoken. 67% of you would not trust Hitogami. Interesting. So comes in my main question with this, right? Why this phrasing, right? Or why the phrasing of you can get the Beast Girls type of thing, but if you go, you're going to regret it. How much of a key player is Roxy going in the future? This choice of false equivalents is what's driving me up a wall. Because technically, Hitogami did not say no lies. He did not speak a lie. But come through this comes in my question. How much of an impact will Roxy or Roxy being with Rudy or whatever the fuck may come out of that relationship play in the future for a god to use false equivalents? He didn't lie, but he definitely used manipulation methods. He definitely used false equivalency. Why is he so concerned about Roxy? And that's the main element I'm trying to bring up. Time and time again, he's made it so that Rudy had the choice, a false equivalent choice, right, that seemed more important than seeing Roxy. Something's off. Deep down in my fucking heart, I feel like something is there. And I feel like this is Rudy, this is Roxy, and I feel like it has something to do with the fact that these characters, right? These, like Rudy and Roxy, in like their macro system titty grab. No! This is brought from other psychological theories. Don't say titty grab. I feel like Rudy. I fucking can't. I can't. Guys, stop. Stop. I feel like Rudy and Roxy somehow play a major role. If we're going to put like Hitogami as something like that. Hitogami sort of being like the thing in the middle right there, right? Hitogami has been trying to keep Rudy and Roxy as separate as they can be. That's the main element through this. And that's why I want to go ahead and bring it up. It's the ecological theory because each one of us impacts another circle, right? So why? Do you think Hitogami is scared of Roxy and Rudy? Yeah? What do you mean, Ayo and Lucius? No, it's not what it seems. This is what I'm pointing out. Whenever I'm thinking about a show, I have this running on my mind all the time. I put the character in the middle, put all their extenuating circumstances going out, and you start to break apart aspects as to why they do what they do, and aspects as to how that affects them, right? I have these things running through my mind. This is Brenner's ecological theory, right? And this is what psychologists, any good psychologist, any good therapist is doing with you to try and see how your like cognitive distortions of yourself are actually impacting your environment and vice versa. So, why does Hitogami not want them to come together? It's trying to keep Roxy separate. It's almost like he tried to reverse psych into going to the desert. The Dragon Pup, I would actually disagree with you. It like, you know, in a friendly way, of course. The eyes, right? There were so many times where Rudy could have met Roxy on his trip throughout the Demon Continent, but yet Hitogami's advice always pushed him away from her. I'll leave that for you guys to go ahead and think. Anyway, with that being said, let's keep going, guys. Sorry. We'll back it up just a little bit. I know we're 42 seconds in, 15 minutes into our analysis. And I can already tell people are going to be like, guys, he's ready. He's pre-watching. How can he know such basic stuff? You shut the fuck up, dude. Like, literally, all of this is just very basic fucking information. Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm church Roxyism, yeah? Thank you.
その間君は自分の奥さんを一人にするのかい?
Oh no! No, no mames! No, chat, no, wait. Wait. No, mames. No mames. No. Oh yeah, fraud. No. Wait. Oh, thanks for watching, guys. Kragon Nagura, thanks so much for the subs. Bro, that's fucking fight or flight in such a beautiful way. Oh no, my actions have consequences! You asked for it. Not like that, Lucius. The main regard, though, that I do want to talk about that is that anxiety. A lot of people, for some reason, look at Rudius and they're like, he's not a realistic character. No, he's significantly more realistic than you take. And even like, let's say that Sylphie were to either be A-okay with Roxy or not okay with Roxy, ultimately either or fits the character's psyche at that point, right? Especially with what's been said in previous episodes. Is like if we're backtracking a little bit about like, oh yeah, like him taking on, what was it, like a concubine or something? I remember you guys were telling me last episode. But the main element is, let's focus on this here, right? Let's focus on the element of this. I'm going to ask this. It's going to be a very fucking serious question just for a moment. How many of you guys have ever had a panic attack or an anxiety attack? One or the other. How many of you guys have ever been so anxious that your cognitive distortions just kept eating you away and they were playing such a big moment in like what was going on? Maybe it was bad. Maybe it wasn't that bad. But nonetheless, you've been in a situation where anxiety, where that panic attack was very present, where you were struggling to breathe, you were struggling to ground yourself. I'll be honest, I have, right? I've had panic attacks before as well. Fuck yeah, they're awful. They're absolutely horrible. So, I know, and that's the thing is, like, being able to recognize that, like, panic attacks are a very real thing, right? And that it happens to a lot of people. I think it's key. Rudy having a panic attack right now after going through the grieving process, really normal. In fact, I'll put it this way, and this might be a little much. Rudy needs, and I'm afraid that Rudy's gonna fucking relapse hard, right? Because Rudy, yes, you know, Roxy allowed him to start the process of healing again, whatnot. But now he's met with another difficult situation, right? Which is he's gonna have to tell Sylphie at some point in time, or maybe he will or won't, about Roxy and about what his plans are. That goes good, that goes bad. Okay, we start going in one or other direction. But the relapse that I'm scared of is something happens. Let's say something happens to Norn or Aisha or Sylphie or Roxy. What Rudy will we see? Because we've seen Rudy come down to lows of lows. We've seen Rudy be suicidal. Literally, when his ED arc, we've seen Rudy not give a fuck about his life or others around him and would put himself in dangerous way. What would come out of a situation where one of his core family members is hurt again? For Rudy. And I'm throwing this out your way. I don't know the fucking answers, right? But this question goes out to you guys. But I have a feeling that for Rudy, in my perspective from what I've seen so far, is we'd get a Rudy that would try and fucking take down the world. If it's anger and not suicidality, again, Rudy has extremes in behaviors. Hypersexuality or hyposexuality. Hyperactivity or hypoactivity, right? We've seen this trend happen time and time again, where he goes through one extreme and then the other, and he tries to find like the middle ground. Just behavioral patterns, it fucking happens. So if he was filled with anger, something were to happen, would he try to burn down the world or try to make the world a better place? What would he try and do? And personally, I can see Rudy, like, because of these behaviors that he's had ingrained, fall into a distortion where he keeps reaffirming that he's not worthy, that he's not good enough, that he'd try and just fucking destroy anyone and everything. That is my thought patterns based on the extremes. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys have seen this behavior before and maybe have called it out, right? You guys are like, whoa, the hypersexuality, hyposexuality, whatnot, right? But even in past other behaviors, right? The call of the void, the like hard aspect of suicidality to, hey, you know what? I'm going to go and overwork myself and go into every single adventure that I can, even though that's a call of the void as well, right? Hyperworking, hypoworking, so on and so forth. Really curious where that's going to go. If that's even going to get touched on at all. Like, if I was writing the anime or the manga or light novel or whatever the fuck, I'd really want to explore the aspect of this. This is just a side from me. I'd really want to dive in deep into the philosophy or the psychology as to what would break Rudy and why that would break him, right? Like, if I was the author, this is just me fucking spewing it out there, and there's hundreds of there's the other Mushoku Tensei videos that I've touched on before. I would literally find a way that would make him fucking tick to a point where we can see a man at his fucking lowest trying to climb his way back out like he's done several times before into a form of stability, and then find a way to make him better. People seem to think that redemption is 100% absolved from sin when it's not. Redemption is a way of bettering oneself. I'm going to throw that out there for the people in the back. A substance user, how do they find redemption? They do not find redemption by absolving 100% of themselves of their sins. They find redemption, right? They find redemption by literally trying to better themselves and being better than they were before, right? So that is a key aspect through that. But isn't the fall all the worse the higher you were? It can be pizza, but sometimes when you get into that baseline, and like let's say that you just found stability. You just found stability, and that stability breaks a lot of people. That's usually the individuals, aside from falling from way on high. But when people just find stability for the first time in their life, and that stability breaks, a lot of people, that's usually where we have to step in with crisis intervention strategies. Anyway, sorry guys. It's just, I'm really passionate about that. Redemption X rehabilitation. Rehabilitation huge, but it's still redemption. People put redemption with like religious aspect of like complete being absolved from sin, being completely healed and whatnot. But redemption through a psychological manner literally means rehabilitation, resilience. Redemption means the pattern of standing back up when life knocks you down, right? Again, today's shirt seemed more like eyes. Seem to confuse redemption with being punished. That true. That as well. Oh, thank God. Oh. I was wrong. Let's go. Oh, thank God. Whew.
ノルはシルフィはノルネは多分学校だと思うけどシルフィーネはルディどうしたの
The hair. Oh my God.
何もなかった
The
よく
hair.
してくれたしアイシャちゃんも頑張ってくれたから
Ah.
ノルはリニアやツノバクリフたちは無事か無事って何もないよ誰も病気とか怪我はしてないんだな特にはそっかルディお兄ちゃんよかったルディおかえりなさい
That just I know the release, but that just healed my fucking soul, man. Welcome home, guys. Welcome home. Oh my God, dude. Milfy. How long have you guys had that one in the fucking in the books? Milfy. It breaks your heart. 9 years. Milfy. Dude. That's Milfy supremacy. Oh, dude, it's so warm. Like Sylphie is such a warm character, and I think that's something that's worth touching on, right? Where Eris is a cold communicator, Sylphie's a warm communicator, Roxy's a weird communicator. I kind of want to do a Red's R on Roxy now that I think about it. Have we done a RADS R on Roxy? A RADS R test is essentially one of the many tests. We have like the AQS spectrum, quotient. We have 101 other like autism tests out there that psychologists do. For some reason, it's just clicking more and more. I'm like, wait a minute. Roxy's previous, like the way that she can't communicate with her clan, how she speaks sometimes, certain things, I'm like, I wonder if she would score high. Roxy is a bit acoustic. It's not a bad thing, you know. Anyway, with that being said, let's continue. Oh. Oh. Damn. Oh no. No mames. Oh no. Oh no no. Dude, if anyone's gonna be more impacted and emotionally like have those fucking spikes and dips, it's gonna be Norn. Cause Norn was the one who grew up with dad. Norn was daddy's little girl, right? Like, oh no. Why am I feeling pain peckle already? Like, legitimately. Why am I feeling pain peckle already? Not only that, here's the thing. Rudy's got to be really careful the way that he approaches this. People that go through emotional dysregulation, are they the most logical? Okay, you come home. What do you go by? How do you approach this? Do you go, dad, wedding, family structure? Wedding, dad, family structure. Or just ignore it altogether. Not even bring it up. What line of attack do you do this? How would I approach it? You guys want I mean, bad news first, right? This is really, really difficult. Can't ignore the fact that Paul isn't there. You really can't. You really can't. At some point in time, that's gonna pop out. I would probably go this way. And here's the reason why. I would probably go this way because of emotional volatility. You're able to go ahead and not have people at highs and lows, right? Because of this news. Once people go into a high and low from here, you're able to go ahead and talk about this and make it a little bit more of a structure to go through with it. Otherwise, what you get is something like, hey, so this person just passed. Highs, lows, all this emotion is still there. Hey, I'm getting married to Nick. You know, like everything fucking coming out. You can also ignore, but there's 101 possibilities. That's why I bring it up. Like, what are you guys going to go ahead and do in a situation like this? I would choose this route, but I don't know what route you guys would fucking choose. With that being said, well, also comes into question, who would bring this up, right? Who would bring this up? Like, would Rudy bring this up? Elise, Roxy? You know, who would bring this up? Anyway.
長旅お疲れ様です。
あ、ただいま、ノル。
Is that mom? Or is that woman who gave birth to me, but I don't quite remember? Like, is that mom or is that woman who gave birth to me, but I don't remember? It's been 10 years. Exactly. And that's the main element. That's the main element. I want to go ahead and bring this up because some people might look at this. It might be like, why doesn't she go up and like hug her or whatnot? 1,001. I could already fucking tell. Some people out there probably make a big deal about this, but that's not mom. You hate to put it that way. That's someone who gave birth to you, yes, but you didn't spend any time with them, right?
Everyone 揃ったので話をしよう。
兄さん、お父さんは。
Oh.
父さんはパウロ・グレイラットは死亡した。これが遺品だ。そしてこれが。
兄さんが
言ったのに、なんでお父さんが死んじゃうんですか。
ごめん、俺の力不足だ。
だって兄さんなら。
これから詳しく説明するから。
Holy fuck. Holy fuck. What a voice actress. Holy fuck, bro. Oh, I'm over here fucking tearing up. Holy fuck. I know. But also, like, the quick realizations, man. The quick realizations of, like, you know, taking it apart, then seeing his fucking, like, yeah, you're getting angry. You're like, why can't my brother fucking do this? He's like the most gifted ones. I had all these expectations for my brother being able to save dad, so on and so forth. And then seeing your talented brother, seeing the brother that is a fucking genius that people love and admire without a fucking arm as well. Damn, bro. Damn. Like, oh no. Oh no. Here's what oh, dude, I'm so fucking afraid. I'm afraid because she's 14. She's 14 years old, right? 14, 15. 11. Oh, she's 11. Oh, fuck. Well, she's 11. Even worse. Even worse. Here's my fear. Black Wrath, thanks so much for this gifted some new subs to Rubino. All of you guys. That is gone. You've already had a fucked up attachment style growing up. What do you guys think I'm about to say? What do you guys think my main fucking fear is? Main fucking fear is for Norn in the future. I'm not even joking. Like, this is something. Daddy's gone. I have to find daddy. Her form of secure attachment came from Paul. More than likely, she's going to try and find another form of attachment from someone that can fill that void. At 11 years old, if you're early year, like 10, 11, 9, whatnot, this is why it's so important to spend time with your kids, to be there for them, to care for them, to meet all of their developmental milestones, because otherwise you have very deviant behaviors. And looking at someone like that, I am afraid. I am so afraid for her safety.
以上がこれまでの顛末だ。
じゃあお父さんは助からず、お母さんも記憶が。
そうだ。
兄さんも頑張ったんですよね。
Oh.
全力を尽くしたつもりだ。
なら兄さんが頑張ってもダメだったんだら誰がいてもきっとどうしてもダメでお父さん死んじゃ
We'll be right back. We'll fucking be right back, brother. I can't. I fucking can't, bro. Oh, welcome back. One of the best cries I've ever had in a while. No, man. I mean, it's powerful stuff, but it should be expected. They're kids. And even them to be able to go ahead and, like, bring this in, right? And highlight it. They're kids that have rationalized that their brother is one of the strongest, one of the best, one of the whatever, right? If he can't do it, then who can? And going through the stages of grief in real time is what she was doing is, wow. Wow. With all the shit that Rudy's gone through, he'd write a fucking amazing ass fucking like book if you ever wrote it down. Like chapter 1, living life in another world, right? Getting isekai'd. Chapter 3, like, oh dude, I'm already fucking heartbroken by this journey. Like that's fucking insane, dude. Like the levels and the different like turning points that have happened in Rudius's life so far are devastating. Are fucking devastating.
兄さん、その剣私が持っていてもいいですか？
ああ、そうだな。 ノルンが持ってろ。でもむやみに使おうとするなよ。剣を持つということは心の中にも一本の剣を持っておく必要があるんだ。大切なものを守るには心構えが必要ってことだ。
Why would you?
その剣を持っているからといって自分が強くなったと勘違いしちゃいけないからな。
Cinema.
わかりました。
Fucking cinema. Absolute fucking cinema. What a beautiful way of just showcasing that, like, Rudius has come back. Absolute fucking cinema. Holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck. What a beautiful way to just showcase, like, passing down the legacy, Rudius's growth, everything, dude. Wow.
母さん。奥様。
I'm going to share a story with you guys. And you guys might be like, in case you guys don't know, I've done a lot of end of life therapy. I've done a lot of therapy for individuals with Alzheimer's, dementia, 1,001 things. I've probably done it by now. I had an older couple, right? Lady with severe dementia, losing a majority of the aspects of herself, right? She didn't know where she was the majority of the time. She didn't know what year it was. She couldn't even recognize her husband towards the later parts, right? We would go through with her care worker that's there taking care of her and just have everyday conversations just to see how she's going, because everyone deserves to be treated like a human being. Everyone deserves to be treated like a human being. One day her husband goes out to go get her medicine. He doesn't come back. He passed away in an accident. We come back. Weeks are going by. You know, we come back. We're checking in on them. And I'm fucking tearing up about it because, you know, for them, they're still living in this aspect of, like, not knowing self, right? And whatnot. And there's music playing. And apparently it was the song that they played in their fucking wedding. And for some reason, all the lights turned on in their mind, man. They turned around and they're like, where is he? I can still, like, you know, where is he? I can still see the silhouette of the bed, on his side of the bed. I can still see his imprint in there. You know, I can still see his clothes and his half-eating, like, you know, sandwich that he left in the fridge. Where is he? And it's like, oh, God. Like, now we have to have this conversation about, like, what happened at this moment, you know. And it's, like, even throughout all of that, and even at moments, you know, when she rescinded back into the aspect of, I know, I'm fucking full tear. Into the aspect of, like, you know, putting up the, like, you know, the lights going away, she would hang on to, like, his shirt. She would hang on to whatever form of comfort that was there. Like, she would hang on to, like, the pillow or whatever was there, and she didn't know why. No lights were still there, but for her, that was still comfort. For her, even though she might not have known it, right? Even though, like, her lucidity would come and go, something primal, something deep in her stated that that was home. That was still there. And that was, yeah, man. Yeah. I share that story because when it comes to situations like this, man, I know. When it comes to situations like this, where people are like, oh, they're just a tabula rasa, there's nothing in them, you know, whatnot, there's still that individual, there's still a core aspect of self somewhere deep in there, right? And it might be in a very primal, very minimal way, but there still is. Yeah, exactly, Chaos. It's just like if you get blocked off and you don't have the password for it. Oof. Sorry, guys. Don't mean to get all emotional with you guys on that one, but... oh.
治らないの？
わからない。母さんにはこの家で一緒に暮らしてもらおうと思う。身の回りの世話なんかについてはリーリャさんに一任するつもりだ。 けどみんなには細かいところで迷惑をかけると思う。
分かった。僕も頑張るよ。ということはお母様もここで暮らすんですか？
はい。ルーデウス様のお世話になるつもりです。
仕
Oh.
事の分担とかは好きでしょうか？
それは後で話しましょう。
はい。ねえ、アイシャ、私たちに遠慮することないよ。
Oh. Do it! That's mom, bro! Watching the episode, glad we didn't miss it. You.
ただいま、アイシャ。
Poor Norn. Mom can't even say that to Norn at the moment. Oh, Aisha, I'm so glad that you got your mom to tell you that, but poor Norn. Oh, Lilia's mom too, yeah.
さて、じゃあ俺らは宿でも探すとすっか。
今夜くらいうちに泊まっていただいても。
先輩、バカ言ってんじゃねえよ。家族水入らずを邪魔するほど俺らは野暮じゃねえんだよ。
The fucking EIQ of him.
長い間父さんを手伝っていただきありがとうございました。
I love
私た
geese.
ちこそあまり役立てず申し訳ありません。まだ町にはいるので、団長のお墓ができたら場所だけでも教えてください。
ベラさん、シェラさん。
そんな新規成果をすんなよ、先輩。
お主に礼を言われる筋合いはない。言われるならパウロからじゃな。
ギースさん、タルハンドさん。
おいおい、らしくねえぜ。いつも通り、おい、新入りとでも言ってくれよ。
なんでそこまで新入りにこだわるんですか？
ジンクスだよ。
まったく。
I love geese. I love geese. But I hate him too. I love geese, but his EIQ as a psychologist fucking scares me. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. His EIQ, especially for someone from that time period, scares me. Because his emotional intelligence is so off the charts. For someone during this time period, I don't know, man. I love him. I fucking love him. I think he's amazing at what he does, and how he's able to use like diffuse situations and is able to understand certain things and whatnot. And I might have a misread of a fucking century here, but I think he's sus. I love him to death. I think he's an incredible individual. But deep down in my fucking kokoro, it is screaming that he is sus. It is screaming that there's some sort of like manipulative tendencies when it comes to his emotional intelligence that we've seen played out time and time again. Even though he's saying all these wonderful things and we're looking at all the cherries on tops. But deep down, there's something in me that's like, keep an eye on geese. And I don't know why.
男どもはすぐにカッコつけたがりますわ。さて、私はクリフのところに行きますわ。エリナリーゼさんもお世話になりました。パウロのことすみません。
Wait! Oh. Elena Lisa's pregante? Wait, or is it just that she... Wait.
さて、私は
Or is it just that she had bad Taco Bell? Hold on. Time for sex. One or the other. She needs that vitamin D. She's just horny. guys. She's
クリフ
thirsty.
のところに行きますわ。エリナリーゼさんもお世話になりました。パウロのことすみませんでしたわ。いえ、あれは俺のパーティーの私の役割はああならないように立ち回ることでしたのよ。パウロが死んだのは私のミスでもありますわ。俺は責めませんよ、誰もね。なら自分も責めたらダメですわよ。
Sure.
はい。シルフィ
Roxy.
ルーデウスはあなたのことを愛していますわ。
はい。
責めたらダメですわよ。はい。
Why do I feel like Sylphie knows? Why do I have like a weird fucking feeling that Sylphie fucking knows just from this fucking, like this stance? Just the way that like this is shot, right? Almost makes it seem like like there's some sus behavior from someone that like everyone's leaving except for the girl, right? Elf intuition, Milfy, future sight. Because I'm like, if people are leaving and someone doesn't leave, my fucking alarm bells start fucking ringing a little bit. I think there's some sus. There's some definite. You think Sylphie over Roxy? Ooh.
シルフィー、ルーデウスはあなたのことを愛していますわ。
はい。
じゃあまたな、先輩。
I think Geese didn't just mean we don't want to interrupt your family time by this. I think what Geese did here was pretty much like a, hey guys, we all know that there's a conversation that's yet to come. Let's get the fuck out before anything else prevails. You know, it's very obvious it's very obvious that some shit might go down. We don't want to be here for that, you know, like self-preservation tactic. Run. Yeah, run. Watch him get the fuck out.
シルフィー、大事な話がある。
聞くよ。
Oh shit, it's coming. We have to talk. Chat, we have to talk. Chat, it's time. We gotta talk. Watch him fucking. Oh no.
シルフィー、大事な話がある。
That smile says everything, man. That smile's worth 1,000 fucking words. Watch, watch. There's some individuals out there that are like, Rudy getting a second wife, or not. Who the fuck knows? But like, if it is like a whole collection, he doesn't deserve this. I can already fucking tell it, man. I can already fucking feel it, man. I can already fucking feel it. Like people out there, like just some people straight up like being so agitated that a person that is so fucking like, I don't know how to put it, like hurt, not the greatest individual out there, is getting laid more so than them. Hey. But aside from that, we have to take into consideration. We have to take into consideration all the struggles, all the flaws, everything that they've gone through to build an emotional connection with people, right? And even past that, we also have to take, there's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration. Propinquity, relationship dynamics, power dynamics, 1,001 other aspects of what Rudy has done, right? For example, has Rudy spent time with Roxy when he was a kid? Check. Is there propinquity there? Check. Has he, like, you know, has he been, like, shown intent, pervy intent, or romantic intent with Roxy? Check. Over and over and over again. Same thing for Sylphie. Same thing for Eris. We can label all these different characters where he's been able to go ahead and build propinquity, you know, do all these things over and over and over again and again. But what I find funny is, like, people jump to hate on Rudius for doing any of these actions, but yet they don't hold some of their other Isekai MC Pro tags to that same standard. That's just interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I just find that really interesting. I love all anime. But the moment that, like, you come through and you try and shit on Rudy for maybe getting a different partner and being open about a situation like this, but you don't talk shit about your favorite, like, Isekai Pro tag who's out there literally shoving himself to try and be the number one in this person's heart, otherwise they die type of thing, or that they're like have to be the most OP because of a certain thing, or 1,001 other regards. It's just interesting being a little too close to home. But my regard to this is people change, and these relationships are super important to touch on. So that's why I gotta say, guys, I'm gonna ask this question. If you like Mushoku Tensei, if legitimately Mushoku Tensei has played a pivotal role in your life, or has made you think about something, or genuinely, made you reflect on something big, important, maybe it came at the right time in your life, maybe it impacted you in some way, shape, or form, made you reflect, maybe made you do 1,001 things, I want you guys to drop a Dorito. Drop a fucking Dorito. If Mushoku Tensei has played some sort of aspect in your life in that way, right? Where it made you think critically about something, where it made you feel something like, bro, I haven't felt an emotion in a fucking while. Made you care more about your relationships. Maybe made you think, hey, you know what? My life is going to fucking shit. Maybe I do need to take that next step up. Maybe I do see myself in Rudius. There are people out there. I've seen the fucking memes, so don't get me fucking wrong. I don't give a fuck. I've seen people throw up a fucking picture of Rudius and put a picture of me right next to it and be like, same person? If that's what makes you feel better about yourself, then congratulations. At least I've taken the right steps in my life to get my fucking degrees and be able to analyze anyone and anything out there to do what I need to do. But what are you doing with your life, right? Mushoku Tensei allows people the opportunity to be an agent of fucking change. And that's why this show is fucking powerful. Because Mushoku Tensei allows people to take that next fucking step. And there are 1,001 creators out there who are gonna fucking hate bait this show, hate watch this show, spread nothing but hate, negativity, and hate watch with the other people, or either jump on the bandwagon and love it, and when the series ends start hating it. Not me. I've been fucking consistent the entire time through. I've been wrong on shit. I've been wrong about Paul. I've been wrong about 1,001 other things, right? I'll own up to my fucking shit because that's the person that I am, right? But at the same time, we have to acknowledge the power that anime has. And I think that's what's fucking great about it. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking go.
聞くよ。
Oh, God. Wait. Why are you doing it with your sisters there? No, Rudy. No, mames. No, Rudy. Rudy, don't do it with your sisters there. This is a conversation you have with your partner. This is not a conversation you have with your partners and your sisters. No, it's a family meeting. Oh, no, the Twitter rant. Oh, no.
俺はここにいるロキシーを二人目の妻として迎えようと思っている。
どういうこと？
父さんが死んで悲しくて辛くて、もう生きることさえどうでもよくなって、そんな時に助けてくれたのがロキシーなんだ。
Go check out my post on Twitter right now. I don't care where it is. It'll be somewhere out there. It's a fucking thesis on this. It is a fucking thesis on this. And this episode fucking confirms it. Let's fucking go, brother. It's a fucking thesis with APA cited references, ladies and gentlemen. APA cited references as to how the sex can be a healing factor, and why people that diminish aspects like this really need to fucking get laid. But aside from that, really need to understand the power of intimacy and connection. The power of intimacy and connection and allowing people to mend together and fucking heal, man. That is fucking beautiful. That is fucking beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. I can't say this enough. Holy fucking shit. That is beautiful. 10 out of 10. What a phenomenal way of stating this out there. What a good way of like even referencing it to them. Oh, I gotta back it up.
父さんが死んで悲しくて辛くてもう生きることさえどうでもよくなってそんな時に助けてくれたのがロキシーなんだ。ごめんシルフィー、ミサオを立てるって言ったのに約束守れなかった。
お
兄ちゃん。
シルフィー、許してほしい。
That face, man. That face. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, she's like aura minus 10,000 from Rudy. Oh no. Oh no. Just when she was starting to see you in a higher light. That face of just. She's like. Oh no. Oh, it's like Paul never left. Oh.
許せるわけないでしょ。シルフィー姉さんがどんな気持ちで兄さんを待っていたか知ってて言ってるんですか？毎日ルディは大丈夫かな、ルディに会いたいね、ルディも今頃ご飯食べてるかなって寂しそうにしてたシルフィー姉さんの顔と声を知ってて言ってるんですか？父さんを助けられなかったのはしょうがないって思いました。左手も失ってそれぐらい厳しかったんだからしょうがないって、兄さんを責めることなんてできないって。それなのに女の人を抱いて自分のものにする余裕はあったってことですか？
Literally Twitter. Literally fucking Twitter. Literally fucking Twitter. Without understanding any of the context behind Roxy. But past that, this is displacement. This is literally displacement. This is what it is, man. Someone, like, because she managed to go and hold it in, and she was repressing everything, right? And holding all those emotions in from dad dying and whatnot, which is why she didn't explode. And even though we saw her in all that pain, that she needs, I hate to put it this way, and some of you guys are not going to fucking like this, she needs an excuse to let this out. Good or bad, yes, this might be, she might really feel this way, right? But at the end of the day, who the fuck knows? She might turn out to be best friends with Roxy at the end of the day. Who the fuck cares? I don't fucking know. But this feels more like a displacement incident than anything else. This feels more like, hey, this is like the needle that broke the camel's back, right? That's what it feels like. It feels as though this is more than enough, right? That she needed to let something out. And the excuse is right there to let everything out. Let out your anger, let out your frustration, so on and so forth. It's letting her vent. Yeah, in a big way. Absolutely. Not by actually displacing, but displacing emotions, right?
違う、そんな余裕はなかった。ロキシーはそんな俺を自分の気持ちを捨てて助けてくれたんだ。
シルフィー姉さんだってその場にいれば兄さんを助けたに決まってます。
お前だってわかるだろ。部屋に閉じこもって自分じゃどうしようもないと思った時の気持ちは、そこで助けてくれた人をどうしてないがしろにできるんだ。
わかるけど、兄さんには感謝してますけど、それとこれとは関係ありません。二人も妻をめとるなんてミリス様はお許しになりません。
Well, sister, it's a good thing I'm an atheist. Oh no! Oh no! Oh shit! I'm a Roxyist. Yeah, Milisu. He's not. He only worships Roxy. But no, I mean, that's a very, very fundamental, I guess, aspect of things, right? And I hate to put it this way, but religion does still play a big impact in people's aspect as to what is okay and not okay in relationships, and abnormalities, quotation marks on that, in relationships are seen as like weird, not correct, sinful, 1,001 other things.
それになんでこんな小さい子なんですか。私とそんな変わらないぐらいじゃないですか。小さいかもしれませんが、これでも成人です。成人ならずうずうしいとか思わないんですか。ずかずかと入り込んできて悪いと思わないんですか。
Damn, did she make the assumption that Roxy was 11 and that Rudy slept with like someone her age? Hold on. Hold on. Dorn, I didn't know you were gonna fucking roast over here. Holy fuck. That was so quick. That fucking roast felt like Hispanic for a moment there, brother. The way that came out just flying was amazing. Holy fuck. Rudy, holy shit. Dorn is fucking roasting them both. Yeah.
言い過ぎだ。ロキシーを妻に迎えるって言い出したのは俺なんだ。悪いのは俺で、ロキシーは悪くない。彼女は身を引こうとしてくれたんだ。
兄さんは黙っていてください。大体身を引こうとしたのなら、なんで最後までそうしようとしないんですか。結局兄さんの言葉に甘えただけでしょ。
Like how we're hearing Norn talk, but we're not hearing Sophie say anything at all.
ずうずうしいです。申し訳ありませんでした。
I'll be honest. If I was Rudy, I would be like, hey, this is my decision, not your decision. At the end of the day, I have a right to hear what you have to say, but not a right to adhere to your decisions. And I feel like a lot of people that have had families like this, where parents, siblings, whatnot, have tried to make decisions for you. How was it like for you to try and stand up for yourself and try and make that decision known? That is a key thing through that. And even past that, Sylphie's decision and Sylphie's response adheres more than anything else, right? So it's however Sylphie decides to take this more so than that.
反対されることは分かっていた。だがロキシーに嫌な思いをさせたまま、ここを去られるわけにはいかない。彼女を幸せにするって決めたのに、どうすればいい？どうすれば？
待って。
Oh shit. Oh shit.
ロキシーさん、待ってください。なんで引き止めるんですか、シルフィーネ。行かせればいいじゃないですか。ごめんね、ノルンちゃん。僕のために。でも大丈夫だから。ありがとう。ちょっと混乱してたけど、ロキシーさんはルディを助けてくれたんだよね。はい。でも下心もありましたので、言い訳に使うつもりはありません。下心なしでって言われても、逆に信じられないよ。
And she still approaches it with such empathy. Sylphie's the greatest, dude. What the fuck? Dude, she still approaches the situation with such empathy. And it's like, if I was in your shoes, I would have done the same thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, dude.
ロキシーさんの立場でもやっぱり同じことをしちゃうと思う。正直ね、僕は時間の問題だと思ってたんだ。ルディが別の女の人を連れてくるの。
It was just a matter of time.
ほら、ルディ。
Wait, hold on. Look at her fucking face, bro. Look at her fucking face. Norn on the side, just like, what the fuck? The disgust is back. Fucking Norn. Oh, God. But also, she knows Rudy really well, right? That hypersexuality was going to play a big factor in this relationship. And I feel as though people think that just because he got married, oh, yeah, his hypersexuality is cured. Or, you know, now that he no longer has ED, boom, he's magically a better person. He no longer has a high sex drive or a high whatever. It's like, yo, shit is still here, right? He's not going to magically change overnight. It takes a lot of fucking time and whatnot to start going ahead and changing.
ほら、ルディってエッチでしょ。僕とできないと きっと誰かとしちゃうだろうなって思ってたんだ。それ
Oh.
にルディを見る顔ですぐに分かったよ。そっか、僕もあんな顔だったのかな。
She knows. Oh God, she knows. Oh God, she knows. From the moment you walked in, she fucking knew, bro. Oh God. Oh no. Oh, wait. Stream's back. Okay, we're good. Sophie's a fucking saint, dude. Just imagine that, dude. Like, you see your partner walking in, and you see like a person that's looking at them with the same way that you've looked at your partner, and you just fucking know, man. Like, in the bottom of your heart, that something happened, and you're like, okay. Woo! Sylphie's a fucking boss, though. This is not going the way I expected at all. I thought Sylphie might have actually gotten angry and fucking left. But this is going much better than I thought. Holy crap.
すみません、不快なものを見せてしまって。不快じゃなかったよ。なんて言えばいいかな。あのね、ロキシーさんのことはルディからいつも聞いてたんだ。
Oh.
なんと俺の尊敬する魔術師はあの人だけだって。それはなんというか恐縮です。だからちょっと嫉妬してるところもあったんだ。本当にすごい人なんだろうなって。でも実際に見てルディが好きなだけの普通の女の子なんだって思ったら嫉妬なんて消えちゃったんだ。だって僕と一緒だもん。ノルンちゃんはああ言ったけど僕は歓迎します。
Fucking love this shit, bro.
一緒にルディを支えていこう。
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. The communication thing there, man. That is so fucking beautiful. That is so fucking beautiful. Like, her even being willing to admit, like, hey, you know what? I'm glad you're just a normal girl, right? I'm glad that we're able to go ahead and, like, support Rudy in his times of needs and whatnot and communicate through it. A lot of people might think, oh, well, you know, I can already hear some of the fucking discussion elements. Well, why can't, you know, if they're coming together, can Roxy have a boyfriend? Can Roxy have a girlfriend? It's a stereotypical harem. I can already hear it. I can already fucking hear it. Trust me, I have a fucking inkling for what the fuck might come through with it. At the end of the day, that's not how polygamous relationships, you know, like, not all polygamous relationships work, right? We have to understand the difference between a harem in a polygamous relationship. And I think that's one of the key things to talk about, right? A harem, right, is, oh, Chad guy can do everything, can go ahead and do 1,001 things, and he'll pick up every girl, right? And there's no discussion, there's no communication happening. In an actual polygamous, polyamorous relationship, you have to have constant communication. You have to constantly be communicating with your partners. You have to constantly adhere to what you guys label as okay and not okay in a relationship. You have to constantly be working the good, the bad, so on and so forth. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And I feel like there's a lot of work that is still to come into this, right? Constantly is not enough. But that's the main element that I'm trying to go ahead and bring it up, right? It's like a relationship is always like a fucking contract that you make, right? Like, it's always changing. You're always talking about what you can do to meet one another's needs, or what you guys need to go and do and communicate, and so on and so forth. And it's an aspect of constantly changing, constant change, and constant communication. And thank you, Aldous. 2-3 wives doesn't really change anything, but the main element from this comes into, like, knowing the differentiation between what is, like, a polygamous relationship or polyamorous relationship versus what is a harem, right? In a harem, the guy can do no wrong, right? In a harem, guy or girl can get 100,000 concubines and, you know, mate with them because they feel like mating with them, and not have to go through the process of emotional, you know, connections with dealing with all the struggles and things that come through with being in a relationship. And that is the key aspect through this. When we're looking at a situation like this, what are we looking at? I never considered that difference. And I'm glad exactly. When we're looking at something like this, Rudy has gone through ups and downs in every relationship, right? And Rudy genuinely cares about every relationship. And I think that's the key thing there. But through that, I want to go ahead. I want to go ahead and talk about this, which is why is this absolute fucking cinema?
ありがとうございます。
Absolute fucking cinema. The lighting, the whole connection aspect of things. That regardless of the sisters' opinions, right, and Rudy being on the ground and knees, they came to terms with whatever communication they wanted to establish from it. That is awesome. That is fucking awesome.
ノーラン、稽古なんだからそんな乱暴に。
さんが悪いんでしょ。ノルンちゃん、ルディはミリス教徒じゃないんだから許してあげて。でもパウロさんだって奥さんが2人いたんだよ。確かにそうですけど、ノルンちゃん、リーディアさんにもそう言うの？
おお。
ごめん、おいしょ。いいよ、別に。ノルン姉がよく考えずに物言ってるの知ってるから。何その言い方。ノルン姉が怒った。しなさい。
それにしてもまさかノルンが剣術を習いたいなんてね。
うん。でも気持ちはちょっとわかる
So
かな。
good.
大切な人が遠くで戦っているのに、自分は待っているだけなんて辛いからさ。シルフィー、予定日はいつなんですか？あと1ヶ月ちょっとかな。でもロキシー、本当にいいの？結婚するのをそれまで待つ必要なんてないよ。いえ、正直シルフィーには申し訳ない気持ちが大きいので、出産まで待たせてください。正式な妻になるのはその後で。そっか、ロキシーがそう言うなら。うん、わかった。赤ちゃん楽しみですね。うん、早く会いたいな。
I know the parallels and everything is. Wow. No way. No way. I thought you would hate her forever. I thought you would hate her forever. Now look at you fucking besties. Look at you fucking besties. And also, oh, that's so adorable.
シルフィー、お疲れ様。
おめでとうございます、シルフィエット様。
Oh.
よかった。髪緑じゃなくて。
Rudy, you're a dad.
あげて。
Oh, dude. Oh, dude.
さあ、旦那様。
Oh, I'm tearing up already.
ルディの子だよ。
俺のこの子がシルフィーが産んでくれた俺の子供。
Reminds you of episode 1. Oh. Oh. My heart, bro. My heart. Damn.
パウロ、
I hope there's a season 3. I hope there's a fucking season 3. My god, this is fucking cinema.
女の子だ。シルフィーの子供だし。
My god.
父さんにも見せたかったな。父さんは死んじゃったけど、
Dad.
子供は生まれたよ。あの時俺を生かしてくれたから、俺は今子供を抱くことができるんだ。父さんがいなかったら、俺は。名前はルーシーに決めた。ルーシー・グレイラット。
Lucy
俺とシルフィーの
Gray.
頭文字を取ったんだ。それから ロキシー師匠を妻にしたんだ。妻が2人。父さんと一緒だな。こういう時の心構えとか教えてほしかったよ。父さんはギレーヌとかエリナリーゼと結婚しようって考えたりしたのかな。でも父さんだからな、あんまり考えてなさそう。俺もあんまり難しく考えない方がいいのかな。父さん、俺ダメな息子だったよ。前世の記憶とか持っててさ、ちゃんと息子として父さんと向き合えていなかった。けど今はもうパウロ・グレイラットの息子のつもりだから。
I'm over here like, bro, what the fuck? Now he sees himself as Paul's son. Oh, oh, oh. Why do you fucking hurt us like this? Why do you hurt us like this, my man? Why do you do this to us? Fuck, dude. Yeah, no, fuck that, bro.
俺ようやく分かったよ。
That's fucking
自分が
beautiful.
まだまだ子供だったって。前世の記憶で大人ぶってただけのガキだって。子供も生まれて親にもなったし、すぐに大人にならなくちゃとは思うけど。
Damn.
きっともっとたくさん失敗して、いっぱい悩みながら、少しずつゆっくり変わっていかなきゃ大人にはなれないんだろうな。父さんもそうだったんだろう。俺頑張るよ。父さんがそうしてくれたみたいに、父さんが残してくれたものを守るよ。じゃあまた来る。今度はみんなを連れて。
Bro. I can't, bro. I can't. Why? Why, bro?
いろんなことに一段落がついた。辛いこともあったし、嬉しいこともあった。大きな失敗も繰り返してしまった。
Eris?
けれ
Whoa!
ど終わりじゃない。
Whoa!
俺は
Wait a
ま
minute!
だまだこの世界で生きていく。
Dude,
いつ
what
死ん
the
でも後
fuck?
悔しないように。本気で。
Oh. Succession. Passing on the baton, my man. Oh. 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 Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This brings us to the end
新たに生まれた大切なものを
of
守るた
Mushoku
め。
Tensei.
俺は不可能に立ち向かう。
無職転生。異世界行ったら本気出す。
第
Wait, is that season 3 confirmation? Wait. Is that season 3 confirmation? Yes! Let's fucking go! Let's go! Holy fuck, bro. Holy fuck. How far away is it? No fucking way, dude. No fucking way. How far away is it? Also,
大
it's going green, blue.
俺は不可能に立ち
Then
向
we're
かう。
getting red and the 3 comes in. Is Eris coming into the picture? Is Eris coming into the picture? Hold on. Is Eris making a comeback, ladies and gentlemen? That is the real question. Or is Eris getting... I'm not going to say that. But yes! Holy fuck, ladies and gentlemen.
異世界
Yeah, it turned into like a bright 3 red. You know,
行
shit.
ったら本気出す。
Fuck yeah, dude. Talk about fucking hype, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful fucking episode. What a beautiful, beautiful fucking episode. I can't say this enough, man. this hit on so many levels, so many amazing levels, and so many amazing things. I think that this episode was a solid like 11 out of 10. Like in terms of how they handled the emotional ups and downs that needed to be established and touched on today. It needed to be touched on, and they fucking did just that, ladies and gentlemen. They did that and more, and that is fucking beautiful. I am beyond happy with the way that this episode ended up going. I am beyond thrilled with the way that they handled things and how they're able to go ahead and go through with it. However, I am scared because every single time that something good happens to Rudius, that means that something bad is on the way. With that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, July 4th, Independence Day, American time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are starting Oshinoko. With that, guys, if you're in here, vote. We have 10 shows up for voting in the Discord. We have 86 Court 2, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night, Overlord, Code Geass, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, Oregairu Season 3. We also have Dungeon Meshi and more, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you guys go and vote. With that being said, we should have SB joining us in just a little bit because holy fucking shit, ladies and gentlemen. Color me impressed by this episode. Color me impressed with like everything that this episode had to cover. All right, hold on. SB's calling in. So, final episode of season 2. And we didn't see a rat scrolling through.
That's what you think. That's what you think.
Don't make me go back and look. Don't make me do a frame by frame. Do not make me do a fucking frame by frame on that one. But through that, I guess comes in the main question. What'd you think? How'd that come through for you?
It turned out like everything I expected. I'm just not the biggest fan of Norn in that particular part. I just feel like she goes really hard on Rudy. Like she kind of injects her religion and views, and her bias towards it always shows. Because as Sylphia points out, it's like, well, you know, your dad had 2 wives. You didn't seem to have a problem with that.
Right. But I think it was a very... Norn is used very much like in a good way of like how society is today as well. I hate to put it this way,
Yeah.
but oftentimes that's sort of what we get thrown in some way, shape, or form. If you're out of bounds, religion gets brought up, right? Like you're not following a good religion if you're not following what society expects you to follow. Everyone's saying it. Norn is Twitter. Norn is used as a prop for the audience to relate to. Could be, absolutely. But I guess my main regard with this is, did you see it as well? The instance where I guess Sylphie starts finding out like, oh, so this is Roxy. Oh, so he might have fucked around with her. Like, how was that in the novels compared to like what was shown?
I think everything was very accurate in this episode. It was pretty much spot on. It really felt like they really like saved all the attention to detail for this episode.
Right.
Because there's nothing major that I can think of that was missing. Like last episode, the last couple episodes, there were little things missing here and there, but this episode was pretty much spot on.
Right. They cut a Dillo scene, apparently, is what Mickey is saying.
Oh, everyone's so sad for the Dillo scene.
So then what's to come out of this, right? Because it's like, it's obvious that like it's leading up to something. Mushoku Tensei doesn't necessarily always stay in a peaceful moment. It tends to go ahead and be peaceful for a little bit, but then like life comes back at you and like hits you like a fucking truck. So where are we going, SB? What are we to expect and how can we prepare ourselves for it? SB? The face.
Oh, Twitter's gonna love season 3.
Oh no. Oh no.
I feel like the ending for season 2 hinted at many things to come.
Any particular scene in the ending?
There's a couple.
No, bro, you're literally gonna make me break down just like the entire episode to try and see what you're talking about. Everything is foreshadowed. I think okay. I think that the author does a phenomenal job, right? And I do want to go ahead and highlight this, and I do want to touch on this because people seem to think like either SB or myself or others that come through and analyze shit like this, like that we're doing so that we have like incredible powers or we're fucking wizards or some shit like that. And it's like no, like the author just wrote incredibly well written characters. The author wrote incredibly well written characters that follow some psychological bases that were able to pick up on tropes, elements, and 1,001 other things. Like that's why I'm kind of curious about where this is going to go, SB. And even more, I guess I'll ask this: if Rudy lost his dad this season, who is he losing next season?
The question is, what will the rat take away?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait, I thought the rat wasn't until like season 4. Wait.
No, season 3 is the rat.
You have me literally fucking scared now. What do you mean? What will the rat take away? What do you mean?
The rat will leave no victims.
Victims. So multiple.
I can't laugh too much because I'm still sore from Saturday.
No. Oh shit. By the way, how was the con? I hope you had a good time at the con.
It was good. I wish I could show you stuff, but I can't show it on Twitch because you'll get in trouble.
Fair. Thank you.
Though, I can show you one thing.
Uh-huh. The rat is eternal. Who does the rat take away, chat? Actually. Hey, yo?
I'm trying to remember where I put the big booby mouse pad.
Hey, yo?
It just shows my dementia's kicking in tonight.
Oh, no. The rat was the friends we made along the way. Big booby mouse pad.
It's big. It's like that big. Oh.
Holy dude, is that from Elden Ring? Is that right?
Yep.
That's huge, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty good. Yeah. So I was like, is that Ronnie? What the fuck? Hey, yo, cultured.
2 kilos.
Hey, Nick, can you do that to Lucius, please? That'd be wonderful. I don't know what the fuck happened, but like that would be great. I saw him get like muted or timed out. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Ronnie, my beloved, yeah, the mouse must be big. So how big is the mouse for that mouse pad?
Normal size.
Oh no. Yo también estoy así que hice solutions para que la hagan así a rat size. But through that, I guess I'll ask this follow-up question for you, yeah? Which is number 1. What are some common critiques? Rat is closer than you think it is. Oh no, Lucius. Oh no, me digas. Oh no. Oh no. If Lucius is dropping that, then how close is it, SP?
Oh. The rat is gonna happen. pretty much almost instantaneously.
Tengo miedo. Squeeze. Let me grab a beer real quick.
I mean, chat is right.
Can't
It's
hear
already
you, so
started
feel free.
happening.
Chat, do what you gotta do. I'm gonna get mine. The rat strikes when you least expect it. Cheers, guys, to the ending of Mushoku Tensei. Hope you guys have a good one. Cheers. But I guess through that, because Lucius, since you're in here, and SB, my question for you guys is this, and everybody, what are some of the common critiques or common aspects that come out of like either today's episode or last week's episode that you've noticed that you feel like, hey, you know what, like this is something that I've been seeing a lot, good and or bad? Roxy, oh really, Coffee? Harem bad, Roxy the house. Ooh.
I am very curious to see what some of the controversy will be, because I pretty much stayed up until 2 o'clock at night, waited for the announcement, and then just went to bed.
I saw when I woke up this morning, you were like, hey man, I'm also gonna go to bed so I can make it to stream. And I was like, ooh yeah, we were up late. Rudy pedophilia. Common critique, people don't like flawed characters. The story is just wish fulfillment. Another just wanted and wrote backwards what the author wanted and wrote backwards from there. I don't think so. I don't think I've seen wish fulfillment from somewhere where the character is literally going through realistic psychological like trauma. What about you, SV?
Yeah, I don't feel like wish fulfillment would turn out quite like this. I mean, sure, there are some aspects of his life have definitely gone good, but there are many things that have gone pretty terribly. I mean, his mother's a baby, his dad's dead. Sure, he's got 2 wives, but he's still got some pretty heavy baggage.
Someone says, my friend who loves Mushoku Tensei just keeps saying, well, that isn't a reason for Rudy too. He doesn't even believe that the high school thing has trauma. Unfortunately, I hate to put it this way, there's a lot of individuals out there who will swear up and down and cope with their favorite other anime characters out there, right? And we'll say, oh no, that character has trauma. But whenever trauma is presented in a very clear way like this, that they're not comfortable with, they don't want to accept that. That's a stigma that mental health is always working with, right? I'll showcase this, and I talked about this in the Discord. I'm a director at the company that I work for, right? I now manage a whole team of therapists, psychologists, case managers, peer supports. Let's just say I have a lot of people under me that like employment coaches working under me, right? Even within these departments, right, there is still stigma of cross stigma. So for example, if individuals that work with the DD population might have stigma on individuals with mental health disorders because they view mental health as though it's an active choice rather than like, hey, individuals with developmental disorders, you know, they have them and we should definitely care for them and empathize for them in every single way, shape, or form. However, right, not everyone that has a developmental disorder has a mental health disorder. People that have mental health disorders do have developmental disorder or are what is it, technically considered disabled in some aspects of things. Super duper important to go ahead and talk about in that way, right? And talk about empathy and 101 things. That's just from my perspective. It's like there seems to still be a lot of stigma, a lot of aspects of things out there. So that's what I've seen on mine. I've seen people complain there's always were consequences for Rudy doing something bad, but there was not consequences for Rudy cheating. SB, you want to take that one?
So what I've seen people claim there always were consequences for Rudy doing something bad, but there was not consequences for Rudy cheating. Well, most of the people complain that anything that goes in his favor is there's no consequences to like anything negative he does. Like for example, like what he did with Eris and stuff, but I think it's less about consequences and it's more about responsibilities. Sure, he cheated, and now it's his responsibility to take care of that woman and have them as a wife. And so now he has to finance and support 2 women instead of just one. So I think it's lesser consequences and responsibilities now that he has to take on board because of the action. So in a sense, you could argue that is a consequence of the consequences now that he has to deal with more responsibilities. But I guess it depends on the perspective of what people see as consequences. And I think that's the issue. I think when people see what Rudy does and they go, consequences, they want something extreme. Right. They want him to lose a limb or for him to die or something ridiculous.
But even that,
even if he got punched in the gull, beaten to a living pulp, people would be like, yeah, that's not good enough.
Well, and that's sort of what I want to highlight is, guys, are you consequenced for every action that you take? I don't. I'll be straight up. There are sometimes where I wake up in a bad mood and I say something I shouldn't say, and I don't get any consequence for that. Internally, I might be dealing with guilt. Then, like, later on, I might go and apologize to them. But we don't necessarily get consequence for every action that we take. And I feel like people believe and still hold on to that belief that, like, every action that you take, good, you should be rewarded. Bad, you should be punished. And it's like, that's not the way the world works, you know. You can self-punish yourself if you want to. That's your own narrative. But the world doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, I hate to put it this way, but the world doesn't give a fuck about you, right? Only yourself, in the way that, like, you care for yourself and you become a self-advocate for yourself is when things start, like, turning a little bit. Classic black and white thinking. Yeah. What do you think about Annalise's combo with Rudy in the light novel versus the anime? That was a question for you, SB.
Yeah. Trying to jog my memory on a lot of the light novel conversations. Fake pregnancy.
Wait, what do you mean? Well, what do you mean?
Oh, yep, I remember now. I'm getting dementia. I think it's the last episode, she fakes the pregnancy for Roxy.
She fakes...
So when they slept together, basically Annalise kind of like gaslights Rudy into thinking that Roxy got pregnant from sleeping with her.
So essentially pushing the responsibility more onto Rudy for him to take that action. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
it's not a spoiler because it's cut anyway. So just point out there.
It makes sense for her character though, especially for considering what we've heard that, like, you know, that they want, right? It makes sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not way too out of it. Roxy was gonna walk away. Rudius wasn't gonna take her as a wife, so Annalise lied to him. Makes sense. No, it fits the character. And I think
she said she might be, not directly saying definitively, but might be. It's kind of like they're pushing the hint of like, well, she might be pregnant, so, you know, you need to take responsibility kind of thing.
And I think that's a key thing there is, like, you know, when it comes to situations like this, people need to take themselves out of the equation. Because, like, a lot of people, I feel, often put themselves in there and they're like, if I was isekai to another world, I'd be able to go ahead and survive and become the harem king. And, like, you know, they do 1,001 things. And it's like, no, you're not important. You're not in this story. The characters are in this story. And you can empathize with the characters. You can see aspects of yourself in some of the characters. But you are not the characters itself, right? Therefore, you're not going through the fucking journey of things. Is it realistic to the characters that we're reading or that we're seeing for them to do these actions? I would say so far he's written a fucking masterpiece. Like, so far, all the characters follow very based lines of thinking where what they strongly believe, they work on and they follow. What's another one? Oh, she said her monthly visitor didn't come. Oh no, Mickey. Oh no, might have been truth, the stress and starvation. So, even past that, let me throw this out there. Do you work on it? All right, chat. At what point do you guys think that this is okay or not okay? Rudy gets with let's say that Rudy were to meet up with Eris, right? And they're able to go ahead and like work through their issues and get back together. Is that a good for you or a bad for you? Ask me, what about you? What do you think? Good or bad? Just work with me here.
Eris is good, best girl.
Okay. No, Paul. Rudy ends up meeting up with Sarah again. They're able to talk with one another, and Sarah now has a further understanding of what happens. For some reason, they're able to come together and be in a relationship as well. Good or bad? Are you okay with it or not? Okay. Rudy meets up with a character. Let's say that they're developmentally delayed to be around 12, 13. Always need advocates for them. Can't really fully think for themselves and are barely learning how to do that. Developmentally, they're like 12, 13. Good or bad? Oh, interesting. That's all I gotta say. Interesting. That's all I gotta say. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. Communication seems to be the key, right? Bamboozled. So the main reason why I do this is because people often seem. I heard mentally 12 and I immediately go bad. People seem to think, right, and people always seem to think that Rudy is bad because he's over here, talking with people and being able to go and inform these relationships, right? Which is great, fantastic. But the moment that you start contextualizing down, like, oh, okay, they're going through developmental delays, they're doing this, they're doing that, all of a sudden we're instantly going, yeah, you know what, that's kind of fucking sus, that's kind of weird, which other isekai characters are clearly going for. And people applaud that shit. People go ham for that shit. People are all on board that fucking train. But once you take a step back and you realize, wait a minute, there's a little bit fucking weird on that. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, what's SB's channel? SB, you want to shout out your channel? Because they're asking.
Let me find it.
Did I hear Dr. Disrespect somewhere? Oh, God. It's Spiritu Analysis, but he'll drop the links. Yeah, but that is because ReZero's better, obviously. ReZero's great. I love a lot of isekais. I want to get into the slime isekai. I want to see what it's like. SB, you've intrigued me about the slime isekai from all the tables that you've been posting.
It's a very stable table they have. They've officially announced they're going to be renaming slime to I was officially reincarnated at a conference meeting.
Slime is mostly a Civ Nation building anime. I mean, sometimes. What about Goblin Slayer? Is it
Goblin
an
Slayer is trauma baked on top of trauma, baked on mass murdering, based on trauma, based on psychotic mass murdering.
Sure. Episode 1 is really worth watching, but even past that, like, there's a couple of anime out there that I'm really curious about. I'm really curious about your opinion. The Overly Cautious Hero, apparently that's an isekai one, right? And then there's the other one about like an old guy that's an assassin that you've mentioned beforehand that apparently gets brought back to be a teenager and is getting a harem or some shit.
Yes. That's also got a season 2 as well.
Oh.
Just remember the exact names, because so many animes these days have like ridiculously long names, and it's like almost impossible to remember them all. Especially off by heart. Chat probably will remember.
Sure. By the way, SB, did you vote? I hope you voted.
I haven't yet.
Oh. The hell?
So which ones do we have? We have Dungeon Mashi, Evangelion, Code Geass, Origaro, I can't even pronounce that. Overlord, Cyberpunk, Attack on Titan, Full Metal Panic Brotherhood, 86 Core 2, Jellyfish. It's an interesting one. I would have to. Oh, Overlord seems very tempting.
Overlord is your temp there. Any chance for Berserk in the future? Probably. Very honest. I'll throw it up there for the next one. I'll throw up there Berserk, Nana Classic. I guess I'll find a couple. Do we have time today for the Rads R? I'll probably do it off stream just because it takes quite a little bit to go ahead and go through it. Redo of a healer. Overlord is a bit topper edgy. Princess Tutu. What is Princess Tutu? Do you know it?
Princess Tutu. Name rings a bell, but I don't think I haven't watched it. But
through that, I guess I do want to touch on this, right? Which is, for you, what would you rate this ending? And the number two, I guess here comes the real question: what was your favorite episode out of the bunch?
Ooh.
Chat, this goes out to you as well.
I would say this episode was a 10 out of 10, but I would say my favorite episode, it's honestly sort of the revelation of Sylvie. I liked really finding out who Fitz was.
That was pretty good. For me, I'm kind of on the fence. I really like the ending of season 2, but I also like, this episode was really, really great. But I also really like the Hydra fight, especially with Paul dying and the way that the death was handled and all of that. That was really, really well done.
It is a very good episode.
Yeah, absolutely. But through that, though, I guess comes in the other perspective of throughout all of this, right? I guess I can touch base with you on this. Who do you think is the character that we should keep an eye on going forward? And don't say the rat. Get, like, actual character that's been introduced so far.
I really want to say one word, and it's not the rat.
Dillo.
Eris. Eris.
Now I'm curious. Where's this going, my friend? Where is this going? Is there an Eris OVA coming through or no?
There's apparently meant to be one, but I've heard nothing about it official. I mean, we got season 3 announcement before an OVA announcement, unless they plan to do like an episode 0 for Eris or something.
For season 3?
Yeah,
because
we're probably going to be waiting about 1.5 years now.
Sure. But even past that, anything else that you feel we should touch on for this episode? There is one thing I want to say, though, real quick.
Yeah.
Doki Doki Literature Club is really amazing. I don't know if you guys have played it. The only reason I'm throwing this out there is because apparently people have been telling me that, like, oh, people are disappointed with the 7-hour playthrough. I don't know who the fuck did this, but Doki Doki Literature Club is amazing. Go play it. There's a depth of character interactions and actual psychological premises that if you just, like, run through it, you can get through it in 3 or 4 hours, but that doesn't really say anything. Just Monica. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. It's off topic, but if you know, you know. Go ahead.
I've heard about some drama to do with Doki Doki being too long and visual novels, but I think that was something like to do with Trash Taste and their opinion on visual novels being too long.
They think visual novels are too long?
Yeah. I think that was they said something on their podcast that they were like, they felt like visual novels beyond a certain point were too long as far as gameplay goes.
But isn't that the point of visual novels? Is like...
I had a bit of a hot take on X about it, and surprisingly, no one got angry at me at it yet. So I'm like, shit, that's disappointing.
Sure.
I think the issue is, and I don't know if they've realized this, as content creators, I feel like they're looking at games and media from a content creator's perspective, not from a consumer perspective, in the general sense of a normal consumer. And so when they see games like visual novels, they see it as, especially in this day and age on how fast content is,
Right.
how fast can we get through this game and get to the next game? Because it's all about churn rate. Because if you're playing a visual novel that's 100 hours long, that could take them a month or so, maybe even more, depending on their streaming schedule, to get through a game. By then, 6 other games have, trended and disappeared. And so they need to get through games quickly to get to the next game, to get to the next game, to get to the next game, because it's all about content churn. And so I feel like as the content space has become much more TikTok kind of mindset, where everything's just like bang, 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 the next week is the next game, or even sometimes multiple games in 1 week, they've changed their mindset, their psychology on how they consume media. Instead of it being, oh, I'm going to enjoy making this 30-part series, it's, oh, how quickly can I get through this game to make it into one video? Because Joey used to make a 30-part series on like visual novels. Now, well, he does other content, but it's all about the stream and the speed for it. So that's where I think it's changed for them. I don't know if they've realized it or if they're self-aware on it, but I think that's why they want games to be much shorter. And I think it's not just visual novels, I think it's all forms of media.
I mean, it makes sense through a content form creation thing. A lot of people, this is why you have, and I hate to put it this way, individuals that like run through, and it's true to format. I hate to put it, even the emoji reaction format, where they sit through it and they're like, wow, they're like, this is all they do. That's crazy. Wow, no stopping, 24 minutes of whatnot, because they got to run through a series completely, right? In order for them to pump up the next one, pump out the next one, pump out the next one. Same thing with video games, same thing with a lot of Twitch streaming or a lot of just content in general, which is you have to, like, people follow the tides instead of trying to form their own, unfortunately, which is a bit rough.
I think that also melds into Mushoku Tensei quite well, because it's a light novel series. It's a slow burner. It takes, I mean, we're on season 2 and it's 2 cores, so that's like 4 cores worth of material. And because it goes through many highs and it goes through many lows, it's one of those types of series where I think some people don't quite want to enjoy it because it's too long for them. And I think that's the issue, is it's all about speed. You've got to get through a story in like 12 episodes and you've got to jam pack what would normally be like 3 seasons worth of material all into one core worth of like 12 episodes. And I think it creates stories that just feel very shallow and very hollow. Well, then you have like Mushoku Tensei, where it's like building characters, world, Rudy going through the highs, the lows, every little sort of detail of moment of his life, from baby all the way to young adulthood. I think a lot of newer generations of anime fans don't have that patience and that temperament.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess I'm going to ask this. How many of you guys grew up waiting week by week to try and get a new episode out or a new whatnot, especially with some, like, before the days of Crunchyroll, right? Where you had to literally wait or see stuff on the TV week by week by week by week. I did, straight up. I feel like it was Naruto, it was Dragon Ball Z, it was a lot of stuff like this, until the internet really came through, and it's like, here's everything at your disposal. 4x speed everything, get through an entire series as quick as possible. Don't think about it too hard, just run through it. And unfortunately, this is where it's getting to. It's getting to a situation where I'm going to do this as a joke, chat. As a joke, I'm going to do this, okay? Hold on, let me go ahead and pull this up. Because this is literally what it's becoming, which is, I'm just going to pick a random fucking thing in here. Sure, we'll go with this. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Wow. And it's like literally the reason why I just picked a random anime, by the way. The reason why I showcase this is because see it on TikTok, see it on whatever. It's just a random person on the side drinking or eating, not really saying anything, and the video's going ham, right? So that's the main regard that I'm trying to go and highlight. Or unfortunately nowadays, in order to hear a story, apparently now we need the Subway Surfer guys or like Minecraft videos so that we can hear a narrative or a story that's actually happening. Welcome to TikTok, TikTok brain rot. Hold on.
I'm not really surprised that Joey's the highest on that list.
Why not?
I mean, Joey's made the most content, and that's the thing. The more content you make, the higher the chance you're going to piss someone off.
Right.
Like,
right.
Gigit's content is very easy to consume. It's just meme content. Every season, he'll watch the first episode of a bunch of animes, compile a video going over all of them, throw a bunch of jokes and memes in there, and that's kind of the general basis of his content. He does do some manga-based stuff, but that's the general basis. Joey had at the time his main channel where he did visual novel stuff, let's plays, general opinions on stuff, and then he turned that into more Japanese culture-based, and then he has his second channel where he does more or less the same thing that he used to do, just more opinion-based. And so I think because of that, he's been around longer. He's done more of those opinion-based content, which has had more opportunity to piss people off.
Sure.
And I also do think he's changed with the times.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the biggest issues with anime fans back then is that as they've gotten older, they don't enjoy the same media that they used to enjoy. But instead of just going, okay, that's not for me anymore, they've kind of gone, well, why isn't this what I used to like? And they're forgetting that they themselves have changed, but the anime hasn't changed. It's like, looking at something like One Piece, because it's been around for so long. It's like watching it when it first came out and then watching it now and going, well, why is this show worse now to me? And it's like, well, the show's not worse. It's just your taste has changed and the anime has stayed still true to what it is about. And I think that's something that's happening to a lot of anime fans that are growing up with anime, is that they're expecting anime to change with them, but it's not, because it's aimed at a specific demographic. Right. I think that is a big issue in the AniTube space.
Exactly. And sometimes, I hate to put it this way, but a lot of those people that do grow up, yes, they change, but at the same time, they want that nostalgia, which is often why you get like a lot of the shonen shows winning some of the best fantasy awards, or like Jujutsu Kaisen winning like 1,001 awards, where other anime may have really showcased, it may have really come through and like showcased some amazing aspects of things. And yeah, because individuals want that nostalgia berries. Individuals want the same aspects of things, right? And in case you guys were wondering, yes, Madeline Morris is at Etchicon in Texas. Scheduling conflict, she couldn't make it tonight. It is what it is. We're more than likely going to do like the dub watch of the final episode together, but that is in the future. I'll let you guys know whenever that happens. That's just me being straight up about it. Oof. Yeah, everyone has different opinions on it. But he has come to hate the whole anime scene, and that is below him. But since he's tied to that scene by money, he can't move away. And because of that, he feels bitter about it. It feels like he wants to do anything else but anime-related things. I think, unfortunately, that's what you see with a lot of like individuals that come into the scene. And I'm probably gonna piss some people off by saying this. You have individuals who aren't really into anime that can either do the very base minimum of, wow, I'm gonna be myself, or a couple or a group, and we're all just gonna act surprised. You ready, SP? We all gonna say wow at the same time and like put our hands to our face. Ready? No way, right? There's like the very baseline needs that they don't have to be as invested in whatever to make money and pay all their shit. Or you have the complete opposite side where they do all this opinion-based stuff, and then when they try and move away from it, you piss people off, and so they don't know what to do, right? So it's one or the other, which it's unfortunate. It really is. Or just milking anime opening and closing reactions. Yeah. Unfortunate. Sounds like a certain reactor. That's just the main thing, though. It is what it is. Overall, though, bringing this to a close because I have some things I need to take care of in a little bit. SB, final thoughts.
Good ending. Very good ending. Very happy. I did want them to tease the rat a little bit more in this episode, but I'm happy with what we got. Happy with what we got.
I love this ending, and I thought it was a very powerful way of finishing season 2. I'm excited for season 3, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I wonder where this is going. I wonder where this is going, my friends. Well adapted ending. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you so much for making SB and I Sundays. You guys are incredible. We appreciate you guys. You guys are the absolute fucking best. Legitimately.
What did Rudy say during the season 3 announcement? Does anyone actually have a translation to that?
I think Nick does, if he's still in here. In order to protect newborn things, they'll fight against the impossible. Mushoku Tensei season 3 confirmed. Ooh.
I know what that reference means.
Ooh. Where are we going? Where are we going, my friend? But all right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I appreciate you all. I hope you guys have a good night. Practice that self-care. We're going to raid Kaka TV. They're watching Blade apparently. Guys, ask him if he's showered tonight. Ask him if he's a stinky boy. Ask him if he's practicing some self-care. Ladies and gentlemen, Mushoku Tensei fans, we appreciate you guys. You guys are the absolute fucking best. Let's get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, Oshinoko this Thursday. The poll is running all the way through Thursday. Go vote. Follow SB, Espiritu Analysis, and all that jazz. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys. Have a good one.